Get used to that.
Can't get traction. It's too steep.
Switch to 6-wheel drive. It'll get you up there in a snap.
Got it. Signal's coming from that structure up ahead. I'm picking up initiative tech nearby, from above us.
There, look, up near that scaffolding.
It's working, but I'm just getting random symbols, glyphs.
With more glyphs to expand my database from Habitat 7, I could interface fully with the console.
And hopefully start up whatever helps the atmosphere.
I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
This is another reason I got that mod.
Too sophisticated for a salvager. Who else is studying this place? I think that's enough.
Building connection. I apologize for any discomfort. The system seems unstable.
This what happened when my dad tried doing this?
Your father interfaced directly with the atmosphere processor. That proved extremely hazardous. These structures could reveal its control center. System remains unstable. Doubling our power input might accelerate the process.
I'll give it a shot.
Wait! Back up, literally.
Whoa! Easy. You've come this far. Just let it ride. I've been studying this tech for months. I don't know how you activated those glyphs, but you have to let them cycle through their channels. It's going to be all right. Trust me, okay? I know. Who am I? I mean, it's obvious who you are. I saw the ship swoop in. You're a Pathfinder. Was beginning to think the initiative just made you guys up so the rest of us wouldn't lose hope, but you're for real, huh?
Alright, so I know this is going to be a little awkward because of the strange thing she does with her mouth in this little bit here. This has always bothered me. It's just one of those things that they never fixed or patched, and so we're kind of stuck on her doing this thing with her mouth the whole time. So, sorry, it's going to look a little weird and awkward, but then again, this is kind of what this game is known for, isn't it? But anyways, a couple of things. One, obviously, yes, I've got a couple of mods going on here, where one, she has a different outfit, because to me, it makes more sense that she would have some kind of form of armor out in this kind of hostile environment, as opposed to just the casual clothes that she was always wearing. And two, yes, I have a mod that gets rid of the stuff, the blacks that she had covering her eyes that made her look like a raccoon or that kind of like eye black stuff. It just always looked a little silly to me, and I just prefer seeing her face like this. I just think, it always kind of took away from being able to see her face, because the thing is, well, almost every Asari in this game has the exact same face, and that's not me saying some kind of racist comment about the Asari. That's more so commenting on the facial animation stuff, which again is what this game is rather infamous for, is that I have noticed, and there are people that have played this game have noticed, that a lot of the Asari have basically the exact same type of face. Like, you'll start to notice the exact same Asari face as we go throughout this game, except for PB. She's probably the only Asari that has an actual unique face compared to all the other Asari in this game. So, I'm going to go ahead and show that off. And there's one more thing I want to say about PB. I've heard some people say that they actually compare her to Sarah from Inquisition. Let me just say right now, no. I do not compare her to Sarah. For one thing, I've let it be known how much I don't like Sarah. PB is not Sarah. Because for one thing, PB, she's different from Sarah. Part of my problem with Sarah was that she had this very immature attitude where even when things got serious and she knew things were serious, she still refused to take it seriously or to believe that it was actually real and actually develop some kind of mature look on it, an attitude about it, to the point where it was actually getting grating and annoying, where I basically felt I want to actually kick her out of the Inquisition and be like, get out of here, I don't want you around anymore. PB at times will have this, it's not immaturity on her, it's playful. Because there are times where she will actually take things seriously. She's also practical. And she'll also have a good head on her shoulders when it comes to certain things. Where people be like, where someone will ask her about, like, say, like, well, what about this? And she's like, why bother? You know, it takes away from this when I could just simply focus on this. So she's like, why would I bother with this when I could just simply do this? And she'll kind of like give examples as we go through, and she'll talk about this. And it just never felt the same with PB as it did with Sarah. I honestly really like PB. She's actually one of my favorite characters in this game, to the point where I was conflicted about showing you guys either the Cora romance or the PB romance, because I honestly like both. I really do. In fact, one of my favorite aspects of the romance with PB, and I know this is going to sound silly for some of you, it basically has to do with the romance scene, and no, it's not for what you think it is. No, what I like about it is that it shows a vulnerability to PB that you don't really see. The thing is, PB is actually not she reminds me of Morrigan from Dragon Age Origins. Now, hear me out. What I mean by that is Morrigan was a tough romance because she was a tough one to get to. What I mean by that is she always had this shield up around her. She had this mask on. Oh, she was okay with, say, keeping it casual. After all, I showed you guys in my recent run where she was like, oh, it's cold in my tent all alone. Would you like to keep me warm? So she was totally cool about having sex be casual and such. But once you started to bring up love into the equation, that's where she started to get upset. Because she didn't feel comfortable about that. Once she actually started to feel that, she started talking to you about how she doesn't like it because it starts to make her feel things that she doesn't want to feel. And she starts to feel conflicted or vulnerable. And she wants it to end, but once you basically tell her no and you get her to commit to it, she's more willing to acknowledge it and kind of embrace it, but it takes a while to get to that point. And it's actually why that romance is actually pretty satisfying, because she's against it at first, but once you get to who she really is deep down, it's actually really satisfying. And that's kind of the same thing with PB. She takes the whole thing about sex very casually. She'll even offer to just sleep with you with no strings. She makes that point clear. It's like, look, no strings. We'll just have nice, casual, physical fun. And you can either accept it or you can say, actually, I want more. I would want the strings attached. And she's like, well, your loss. And because she's like totally against it at first because she's had issues in the past with relationships and she feels very conflicted about it and against it. But as time goes on and you get closer to her, she starts to actually feel differently about it, to the point where she actually considers wanting to have strings. And then later on, she'll actually admit that she does want the strings. And then once you actually end up having that romantic scene with her, she then opens up to you in a way she never has with anyone. She even says this. You remember how Liara and other Asari would do that whole embrace eternity thing where their eyes would go black, and if you romance Liara, she actually like has that joining with you? That's considered a very sacred thing amongst Asari and a very personal thing. And PB will admit that she's never done that with anyone because she never trusted or cared about anyone close enough to be willing to do something that personal and intimate with somebody else. So when she finally opens up to you and actually does go through with that and shares that with you, it becomes clear that that's something that's very, personal to her, that she cares about you that much, that she was willing to go that far. And she then admits that the romance between you two is more satisfying and enjoyable for her because there are strings involved. And it's just a really nice, well done romance, in my opinion. It's a really well done scene. And again, it's not for those reasons, It's really that aspect of her becoming vulnerable with you and opening herself up to you and doing something very intimate and personal that she wouldn't be willing to do with anyone else because she's never felt for anyone the way she does for you. I just wanted to share that because I'm not going to be showing it to you, even though I kind of would like to, but like I said, we're going to real romancing Cora on this run. But if you have never given PB like a shot or a chance when it comes to, say, a romance or such, or maybe if she kind of started to grate on you or you didn't like her, I know that there are plenty of people that don't like PB. They have compared her to Sarah. Again, I don't feel the same way. I like PB. I'm one of those who doesn't like Sarah, and I do not compare the two. And I hope you will see why as we continue through, because in my opinion, PB actually has a better attitude than Sarah did. But that's just my opinion.
Are you for real? You were going to tell me who you are.
I might just be the solution to all your problems. Well, look at that.
Another infamous moment coming up, but again, it's another one that was
System has
fixed.
stabilized. I'm establishing a connection.
I'll comment on it in a moment. It's right here.
Oh, crap.
So, hold on. That moment where she says, oh crap, and pulls out the gun. When this game was first pre-released, again, the preview thing they did for people who had pre-ordered, people noticed that the gun was backwards in that moment where she pulls it out and shoots the Remnant tech there. What's funny is that when the game was released, it was still like that, and it wasn't fixed until a later patch. And people lost their minds that they would still release the game with that bug still there, even though it was reported by the community that it was there, and they still didn't fix it. Like I said, the way this game was initially released got a lot of big negative attention. But at least they eventually did fix it, but that's still, yeah, let's just say that is another one of those moments alongside the my face is tired that got rather infamous.
Later! Just take them out! Keep targeting that one! They make a little bot!
Not bad. My first tangle with the Remnant was a lot messier.
The Remnant?
These monoliths, the Observer and Assembler bots, they're all the remnants of something much bigger. But that's too long. Ugh, I hate long. So, the Remnant. Like, my name's better as PB.
Thanks for helping with those things. I'm Ryder.
You're a mystery. I've been studying those glyphs for months, and then you arrive and poof, solved.
I saw this tech clear the skies on Habitat 7. We're hoping it could do the same for EOS.
Huh. Atmosphere manipulation? Maybe. Fits the model. All Remnant tech is connected. You interfaced with this monolith somehow, and now it's pinging the others. If you wake them up too, they must lead to whatever master switch might fix the radiation.
Interface with the monoliths, follow the connection to the source. Easy enough.
Sure. Just don't piss off too many observers. Here, take my nav points. I've got to figure this interfacing out. Just be careful. This planet's all kinds of strange. Fascinating, huh? Oh, this is the kind of stuff that gets you out of bed in the morning, too?
Solving alien mysteries on hostile worlds? Do you need to ask?
A man after my own heart. Follow my nav points, figure out those monoliths, and we can both get some answers.
Is anyone else camped out on EOS?
There's the Ket, Clancy's Salvagers, and one angry old man.
Who do you mean?
Let's just say he's here to squish Ket, and doesn't care whose gear he tramples.
We'll meet him later, and he's awesome.
How did you get here? After what happened with the outposts, I didn't expect to run into anyone.
I had a ride. Had to fudge the flight plan a little. The Nexus didn't want to risk anyone else. Or let people see how rough it got. Sad. But there's still so much here. And some of us want to find it. We didn't come all this way to sit on our hands.
Is PB a typical Asari name?
Never heard it in my Huntress days.
Oh, you know things? Good for you. I know other things. It's a name. Good enough and short enough. For now.
We're hoping this tech can fix the atmosphere and make Eos livable. Think it's possible?
Yes. Maybe. Possibly? This tech is so new. I mean, old here, but new to us? Who knows what it can do?
How old is it exactly?
It's been dormant for centuries, which I guess isn't actually that old. Huh. But long enough for conditions here to get royally screwed up, if they really are connected.
The bots we're seeing, you had names for them?
I had to call them something. The observers fly around spying on anyone who touches this tech. The assembler ones make other remnant. Not sure how yet. Maybe manufacturing or 3D printing. And breachers smash into anything they don't like. Which is us. Easy to remember.
Well, I'll head out.
Yes, so much to investigate. Let's get to it.
I was gonna scan the remnant there, but looks like they disappeared. It's okay. We'll get the opportunity to scan more later. By the way, this is the shuttle that she showed up in. If you're wondering how she got here. Alright, so this is obviously the bigger map, but we're not going to be doing that until later because we literally can't. The game won't let us because of all the radiation out in this area. So we literally have to go around. We can be able to unlock a couple of these here, but we have to focus mainly on getting to these over here.
When they sent the first colonists down here, everyone was so excited. After all the shit the Nexus had been through, we finally had something to believe in. Then the reports came back.
This time will be different.
Yeah, I'm more than ready to believe again.
Behind you. All right, now I'm
Nice work.
Like you'll notice in this mode we can get up to 120 miles an hour. Once we go to 6-wheel drive, it goes down to about 60. You'll also notice how the life support drains a lot slower once we are in the Nomad compared to when we are out.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
Look there. That spot is shelter, water, stable ground.
It was initially overlooked due to heavy Ket presence at the nearby remnant structure, but it would be an excellent outpost site.
Ket and Remnant. Seems you can't find one without the other. So, if we clear the skies, this might be our new home.
The Site 1 folks were interested in the monoliths, too.
Did they learn anything?
Mostly what you learn the hard way. But hey, now you're here.
More remnant bots. These ones don't seem hostile.
I detect a high level of remnant encryption here, Pathfinder. To continue, you will need to decrypt it.
Remnant deactivated.
Okay.
Need to scan for the missing glyphs, Pathfinder.
Wonder if I'd get anything on the scanner.
So, of course, to normally get up to the glyph up here, I would need to, of course, go ahead and do this.
Score. We're in.
I think that's enough.
But, of course, with the jump jet, it can be a lot easier. So, this is a Sudoku puzzle. This is how you do this decryption thing. I don't like Sudoku. I'm sorry, I just don't. So, whoops, wrong button.
Interface failed, Pathfinder.
Alright.
Defense systems.
Okay. Whatever. Anyway, that's why I have the mod that I mentioned earlier about how I can get 1,000 of these override decryption keys. Because I don't enjoy doing this. I'm sorry, I just don't. So, I don't even remember what the controls are for this. I really don't. Because I'm like, oh yeah. And, yeah. So yeah, it's supposed to be no row, no column, or highlight shape can include repeats of the same glyph. So, yeah, I know this is supposed to be considered a easy or simple Sudoku puzzle. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I don't enjoy this type of puzzle. This is one of those that gets a little frustrating for me. And I don't enjoy it. So that's why I got the mod, where I can get 1,000 of those decryption keys, so I can just skip over this every single time. If that, for some reason, bothers you or upsets you, you can go to a different channel or watch a different playthrough. I won't be upset or offended. I think... No, I messed it up.
Interface failed.
And this is another reason why I don't like this. It's like if I mess it up, well, then I have to fight more of these things. Then I have to try again from scratch. And I'm sorry, I don't enjoy this. It's going to be the only time I have to do this. Then after this, I'll be able to get the 1,000 keys and we'll be able to skip right over it. So, depending on how long this takes, I may actually cut this from the video. Because who knows, how long it's going to end up taking me. There we go.
Got it.
That did... whatever that did. I see pathways lighting up all over. The monoliths are resonating. QEC contact?
Well, whatever's happening, they're definitely connecting.
You did good. Keep doing more.
Tech dropship.
Seriously? Can't catch a break.
Okay, then.
Is it just me? Or do Kett seem to appear everywhere we find remnant tech?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Alright. So now, let's see. I guess I could go back this way.
Remember the early data on EOS back home?
When everywhere was labeled H with a bunch of numbers?
Your dad put those readings up in his office. Knew them all by heart. Wonder what those worlds really looked like then. And now.
I always forget to do this mining minigame here. It's basically the equivalent of what we were doing with the scanning game in the second game. I said that. Okay. It's the equivalent of the planet mining thing we did back in Mass Effect 2. That's supposed to be what this is.
looks
But
like a cat
a lot of times I just kind of forget to do it.
Those
so.
assholes took over my best research site. They won't let you near the monolith.
Hi, Cat.
Kett incoming!
Enemies on your 6!
Hostile shuttle incoming.
We've got targets!
I cannot tell you how much I love doing that. It's seriously one of the most satisfying things to do in this game, gameplay-wise. Scan a bunch of these things just to get a bunch of research data. I'll eventually have more research points than I know what to do with. Alright, so remember that old man we were told about? From
Let's get
PB?
to it before there's any more Kett.
Krogan! Hi, Drax.
Who are you?
That was pretty cool.
Huh. Well, yeah. Guess it was. Still haven't told me who you are.
Oh, come on, Drack. Stop that.
Vetra, what are you doing here?
I'm with the Pathfinder. That Pathfinder.
A friend of Vetra's a friend of mine.
My name's Scott Ryder.
I'm Drack, Clan Knackmore. You'll forgive me if I didn't just trust a stranger from the Nexus. They haven't exactly treated us Krogan well. What are you doing out here?
So, I think I actually called him Drax with an X. Whoops. Sorry. I love Drack. He's awesome. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I do love, of course, Rex and Grunt, but Drack is up there. Like, he's right up there with those two. I wasn't sure about it when this game first came out, but over time I was like, you know what, Drack is actually pretty awesome. I love this guy just as much as I love Rex. Honestly, I really do. And he's pretty cool. He's got some cool stuff. And of course, we're gonna get some more stuff with the Krogan later on. But yeah.
Checking out these monoliths? The Kett seem pretty interested in this one. Looks like you cleared it out for us, though.
You said I didn't save any for you? Nexus knows shit about the Kett. They think they're safe. But they're just waiting to die out there in space. I've been quads deep on a couple of planets for a while now, taking out Kett bases, fighting ground troops. I know what they can do.
It's not pretty.
You know, Drack, we could use someone with your skills.
Tempting as that is, Vetra, I'm a little too old to be carrying humans through a fight. Besides, the day I help the Nexus again is the day the clouds part and the Kett keel over. No offense.
None taken.
Good, because I'm getting bored and the Kett are getting stronger. Seem particularly interested in this alien tech.
Remnant?
Yeah, that. I'm gonna go find more to shoot. Try to keep your head out there.
And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I brought Vetra with me, so we can get that extra bit of dialogue from her connected to Drack, that she basically vouches for us in front of Drack.
Got a component for Site 2's project. He was tortured. Nexus didn't mention anything about this.
We knew some were lost, Ryder. We weren't told they were left.
Wonder how many are out there.
Too many. Lexi, update Nexus records on Anton, Darren T, and get a recovery shuttle out here.
Good idea. If he's got family, they deserve closure.
We'll give them more than closure. We'll finish what he started.
A field log, Pathfinder, issued to patrolling Kett.
I don't need a translation to know when I'm hearing a monster.
Adding to language database.
He seems fun.
Oh, man. Like, if you're planning on getting mods for Andromeda, this is definitely a mod I highly recommend. Being able to jump jet this high is so nice.
Score. We're in.
Done. The monoliths are online and connected to something in the lake. This could be the master switch we're looking for.
I'll meet you there. Don't do anything without me.
You got it, BB. I can just do this hop and whee. Whee. We'll unlock this little fast travel point along the way.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
since that is what this is.
Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder.
So this technology on Habitat 7 was messing with the planet?
We don't have all the answers yet.
Don't expect any from the Nexus. They got a few reports, then the Ket showed up. No time to study weird tech.
Probably best to focus on the people shooting at you.
Look there. Coming out of the lake.
The tech's underground, too? Let's see.
There's PB in her shuttle over there.
See a door. Come on!
Whoa, it's forming a bridge.
Looks solid. If not, prepare to swim.
No. No, this can't be right. All that fanfare for an empty room? There's some secret here. There must be. Do your Pathfinder thing. Oh, you're good.
I love that. It was nothing really.
And I make it look so easy.
That's a long way down. Can't tell how far.
That can't be air pressure. Electrostatic? Ah, gravitation. Oh, you idiot, PB. That wasn't the front door. This is.
I'll let you know.
Hey! It's acting like a gravity well.
But where's it taking us?
Embrace the unknown, Ryder. Now this is more like it.
Looks like a bunker. Or a vault?
Whatever you call it. The controls for that atmosphere processor might be down here somewhere.
Let's find out.
Anything could be important. Let's be thorough.
Alright, we will explore this place when we come back. Stay tuned.